Hello, welcome back. My name is Ari and today I am going over my TBR for the magical readathon. Now this readathon was created by G at Book Roast. The information for the readathon is going to be linked down below. This used to be a HP themed readathon that shut down after the Queen of Turfs made all of her shitty statements. We as a community decided that we were no longer interested in supporting her. So G took a little while off and then recreated this in her own fantasy universe. It's pretty complicated as far as like the background and the world building, but as far as just participating, that's pretty simple. So there are 7 prompts for this first leg of the readathon, which is us making our way to the magical school. You only have to do, I believe, 2 or 3 prompts, but I'm gonna do all 7 because I'm a fucking overachiever. In addition to those 7 prompts, there are also 3 character prompts that you have to choose from. You have to choose if you are a wildling or an urban character, whether you were born in the wild or born in the city. Then you have to choose a province and you have to choose a heritage. The character part is something that you can do between September 1st and I think like April 1st of next year. So I'm not going to set a TBR for it and you're supposed to pick one book from each category, but I don't know what kind of character I want to build. I kind of want to see what the characters do next year. So I'm going to do all of the character prompts over the upcoming months, which is a total of 12 books. So between now and April, I think I can read 12 books that cover these prompts. Anyway, what you care about is the actual books I am reading for the magical readathon in September. The first prompt is the entrance, and this is read a book with a map. For that, I am going to be continuing on with the Gentleman Bastard series and read The Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch, which has a map right here. Next up is the Ashthorn Tree, and the prompt for this is a book that tempts you. So this is either a book you're tempted to read or maybe something a little smutty. I'm going to kind of go with both, and I am going to read Allied in Strife by Deidre Drake. Deidre's an author friend of mine and I've been reading all of her books. I'm a little bit behind right now, but only by this one book. This came out at the end of July, I believe, and like I said, I'm just a little bit behind. So this is fantasy romance, and I'm tempted to read it because I love reading all of her books. So there you go. Next prompt is prompt number 3, and it's The Mist of Solitude, and this is to read a standalone book. For this, I am going to be reading a nonfiction book that is a standalone. Most nonfiction books are standalone, but not all of them, and that is A Life on Our Planet by, I don't remember his name, but his name and I think his face is right here. I think his face is on a cover. David Attenborough, is that right? He's like a famous voiceover person, especially in Great Britain, for doing like the nature shows and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna listen to this as an audiobook because he reads it, so duh, I have to listen to this as an audiobook. I mean, is that even a question? Prompt number 4 is Ruin of the Sky. Now this is ghost haunting or supernatural books, and for this I'm going to read Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. I do have an arc of this, and this I believe is a book about a guy who led a really boring office life and then he suddenly dies and he has like a week as a ghost before he has to cross over, where he just has the opportunity to do whatever he wants. Whatever he missed out on in life, he's got a week to do. So it's about a ghost, so I think it counts as supernatural, even though apparently it's like a really wholesome book. Next up is the Obsidian Falls, which for this one you need to read a thriller or mystery. For that I'm going to read The Guest List by Lucy Foley, or Folly. This is apparently a really good closed circle murder mystery where people are at like a rehearsal dinner or maybe a really small wedding on like a tiny little island and somebody dies. And you gotta figure out who the murderer is because the only people on the island are like friends and relatives of the married couple or getting married couple. I only loosely know what it's about, but I know a lot of people like it. Next up is the Tower of Rumination, and this is a 5-star prediction. So for this one, I'm going to read Rhapsodic by Laura Thalassa. This is one of the, I think, 2 books I have left that are 5-star predictions for this year. It's a fantasy romance, and I love me some fantasy romance, so I'm excited to finally have an excuse to get to this. The last one is the Orilium arc, and this is a book with a school setting. Because we're going to a magical school, we need a book with a school setting. For this one, I'm going to read The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. I do have an arc of this, but it does come out at the very end of September. And this book is the second in the Scholomance series, and it follows like a very deadly magical school. And I love the first book, so I'm very excited to continue with it. And that is all of the books I'm reading for the Magical Readathon. If you liked this video, make sure you subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and let me know what you think of any of the choices I picked down in the comments. If you are participating, let me know what you're reading for this down in the comments as well. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye!